Hello everyone and welcome back to my The Young and Restless 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Nick opens up to Billy. Nick recalls making sure Ian was dead, including calling the morgue, who said he was cremated. Still, suckers flash back. Ian opened his eyes in the ambulance after being pronounced dead. So, could Ian be the one forcing Phyllis and Sharon to play the game? Keep reading and let's explore this possibility. Just when Sharon got over one hostage situation, she has landed in another. This time, Sharon isn't alone. Sharon and Phyllis were both abducted and put in an abandoned internal sanitarium together. At first, Phyllis allowed. Sharon was responsible for her situation. Soon, it came clear that they were both victims but had no indication who was doing this or why. The mysterious prisoner's identity hasn't been revealed yet. Right now, all the women can hear is a malformed manly voice. This person knows a whole lot of details about Sharon and Phyllis's differences through the times. Although the prisoner promised if they played by the rules, they could advance in the game, there are still no clear answers. Sharon thinks that perhaps the prisoner wants them to make amends to each other. Still, that proposition will go out the window in Monday's occasion. That's when he venoms Phyllis, forcing Sharon to break a mystery to get her co-hostage the cure. That's easily someone who loves to play evil mind games. Someone who likes to play God, which brings us to Ian. When Ian woke up in the ambulance, it wasn't shown what happened next. So, it's veritably possible that Ian could be responsible for Phyllis and Sharon's hijacking. Some suckers are wondering how Ian could make this be. Well, imagine Ian waking up in the ambulance, filled with adrenaline. Ian might have knocked out or indeed killed an EMT in the reverse of the ambulance. It would be just like Ian to switch places with the EMT. Nick specifically mentioned to Billy that Ian was cremated. So, there's no way to prove that Ian was actually the body cremated. Plus, the fact that Nick is so certain of Ian's death just means it's indeed more likely that Ian is still alive. Mysterious prisoner? Since chance does partake a lead with Nick and Billy, can the women be saved before it's too late? Alan to propose marriage. Holden connects with Claire Grace plus, Chance gets a lead. Still, Phyllis and Sharon fight for their survival. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming up in the CBS Cleaner pieces. Alan to give a bit of a marriage offer. In the daily exercise clip, Tracy makes a speech about her love for Alan in front of Jack. Presumably, Diane Jenkins is also there. After Tracy's speech, Alan says if he allowed he'd a shot, he'd ask her to marry him right now. Speaking of Jack, he'll learn surprising news from Tracy. Latterly, Jack ends up making a concession to Diane. Over with Phyllis and Sharon, they admit a disturbing communication from their prisoner. It seems the prisoner isn't too pleased with Phyllis refusing to follow the places and play the game. Phyllis is horribly sick right now, but what happens coming? It seems that while the prisoner presently has the upper hand, Phyllis and Sharon ultimately take control. Unfortunately, they fall into a trap the veritably coming day. By the end of the week, the two women are forced to fight for their survival. Thankfully, Nick and Billy decided to team up. As the week progresses, Chance gets a lead, which he shares with Nick and Billy. Damien ordered Holden back to Los Angeles. Holden indeed told Audra and Nate that he'd an airplane to catch. Still, a exercise clip shows Holden watching Claire at the bar. As Claire takes a belt of a veritably strong alcoholic drink, Holden comes up to her. Claire seems caught off guard and doesn't feel to fate him. So, what the heck is Holden doing? Meanwhile, Audra tries to cover her tracks with Nate. Back to Claire, there will be a rift in her love with Kyle thanks to Summer. Over with Victor, he starts to question Adam's opinions. Summer is veritably concerned about her mama, and she should be. The oddity of Phyllis leaving city without a word and making contact through a burner phone raised everyone's eyebrows. But the fact that Phyllis hasn't replaced the smartphone she claimed to have lost with another while on a supposed business trip is a cause for solicitude. Kyle considers Summer a close friend, so he's naturally offering his support. Claire is caught in between. She knows that Summer still pines for Kyle and likely wants him back. But this is Claire's first relationship, so she's trying to calm her mind. Nikki only plays pets regarding romantic love. Victor is her only true blue heartthrob. Grandchildren are seen as one. So, she snappily palliated Claire's enterprises that Nikki would take a favorable view of Summer over her. Telling Claire that she should feel good about her developing relationship with Kyle is right. It's also Nikki's honest assessment. Unlike her cherished hubby, Nikki will give Claire's first-time love match a chance. Claire's gut feeling might prove out for colorful reasons. While Kyle is in love with Summer, he has loved her for numerous times, and they partake a child. Summer's amenability to borrow a son Kyle had through another woman, Tara, was atrocious. It corroborated the depth of Summer's heart and her love for Kyle. As devoted followership members recall, she did end her marriage. Kyle made the rushed, foolish decision after Summer withheld information about Phyllis faking her death. The below makes Phyllis's unusual exposure an interesting part of the current plot. Summer can't concentrate on her undetermined passions for Kyle until her mama is home safe. While the plot is odd, Stafford and Sharon pairing is fantastic. These two great actors are killing it in their one-room setting. The apparent former sanitarium is the position where an unknown bushwhacker abducted and is holding both ladies. Whoever that person may be, Ian seems like a good possibility, and his knowledge of both characters' lives and connected backstories is immense. Soon enough, Phyllis and Sharon will suppose their way out of the game they've been forced to play, be set up, or saved. Cleaner suckers might go on both ladies powering their escape together in what would be a meaningful and memorable conclusion. That plot ending will allow Summer to concentrate on Kyle, with the caveat that she's still fond of and involved with Chance, who's working the Phyllis-Sharon case. Tracy and Alan special day? A marriage might be in the cards for Alan and Tracy. Their heightening love for one another makes the prospect of marriage feel ineluctable, promising a puck-tail ending, at least until the coming dramatic twist unfolds. Still, in the world of cleaner operas, marriages frequently come with unanticipated surprises. Could Tracy and Alan's big day be intruded by an unasked guest? The possibilities are interesting, especially considering how changeable YNR can be. Although Martin was presumed dead after his fall in France, this cleaner has a knack for defying the odds. A marriage might be in the cards for Alan and Tracy. Their heightening love for one another makes the prospect of marriage feel ineluctable, promising a puck-tail ending, at least until the coming dramatic twist unfolds. Still, in the world of cleaner operas, marriages frequently come with unanticipated surprises. Could Tracy and Alan's big day be intruded by an unasked guest? The possibilities are interesting, especially considering how changeable YNR can be. Although Martin was presumed dead after his fall in France, this cleaner has a knack for defying the odds. It would clearly add an interesting subcast to the story if Martin were to rise from the dead and set out to sabotage his binary family's joy. Given the shocking disclosure of Ian still being alive in that ambulance, the possibilities are endless. In Genoa City, the extraordinary is commonplace, making it insolvable to dismiss the idea of Martin's return. There was a moment when the show teased the notion of Martin conceivably faking his death to deceive Tracy with an Alan impersonation. Although that plot seems to have been set away for now, it could veritably well resurface in the future. What if, despite one twin being truly gone, Tracy is still caught up with the wrong man? If Martin steps back into Alan's shoes, the verity about his identity could unravel during the marriage. Yet, let's not overlook other thrilling possibilities for marriage day chaos. Ashley Alter's self-esteem might not be permanently silenced, so imagine the shock if one of them makes a dramatic return at the form. Also, Tucker has been mentioned constantly, making it presumptive for him to make a surprise appearance, whether it's St. John reprising his part or a recast. Anyhow, of how it unfolds, we're all hoping for Tracy to find the happiness she deserves, but in the changeable world of cleaner operas, anticipate the unanticipated.